Get out of here, Susie.
Thank you, Susie.
It's like a ninja.
She's the only one that knows how to run the camera.
You're the only one that knows how to run the board. So.
We had 8 YouTube watchers last week.
Woo!
We're on the way.
We love you.
Oh, welcome to the Five Love Bears podcast. We are booming.
That was an amped up welcome.
We hope you can hear us all this week.
Yeah, after
For
last
those of
week.
you at home that wasn't aware, that was John.
Yeah.
It just busted your eardrums.
Last week of the podcast, me and Tim were like,
It was horrible last week.
John was like, yeah, right?
It was absolutely, whoa, I'm still down here. Okay, there we go.
and we were like, I like to whisper.
Well, yeah, because we
You got
were,
your car radio turned all the way up.
It was-
hear us, and then John's like, turn it back down. Oh wait, John is talking. Turn it back up.
no, you're not too far from the truth because we were in the, we were at the farm last weekend, and on the way home, we're like, let's listen to the podcast. It can't be that bad. And literally there was moments when it was like, I was like, ain't that right? And all of a sudden it was like, just, I could hear you, but it was like y'all were like, it was literally like y'all were like, yeah, that's exactly right. And it wasn't
even that loud.
It was horrible.
It was, I was driving to the
Aaron
country
was
listening
clear.
to it.
Aaron was coming up clear through the phone.
Aaron was.
How does technology work? Somebody so far away can be so loud.
Aaron.
Magic.
Oh, well, we appreciate everybody who's continuing to listen to us, even through the ups and downs of such things. And I don't feel too bad about it because I listen to a nationally, it's on Podcast One. I listen to a show every day. It's a paranormal show I like to listen to. And they were on there the other night, and they had all types of technical glitches and things of that nature on there. And he was having
Was it
all types of
Darkness?
troubles. Do what?
Was it Darkness Radio?
Yeah.
It was the ghost.
It was just, you could hear like... We are glad to see Brian back with us after 2 weeks off. He was in Disney World a couple weeks ago.
Aaron Bryan almost didn't make it tonight. He had to put
really?
out. He had to put out
Yeah,
a
we
fire.
had an emergency at work, so
He had to go and put on the hat and run over there and squirt it out. And it was
I didn't know that fires were an HR emergency.
it's more than HR now. But
it's everything. Brian is in charge.
Let me make the disclaimer: there
Hope
was
he
no
didn't
squirting.
squirt it out.
anything.
Did you sing the song They Call Me the Fireman?
Oh, yeah, it's right, George J. Blair.
Mm-hmm.
Brian is now the where he works. He is now like called the director of stuff, and that's
right.
pretty much his title.
They just call him Emperor.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
man.
Empire grows.
Emperor Papantine.
I do kind of like that. It's pretty good. I might get a new nameplate made now.
Well, coming to you live this evening, we do have some nerd news coming to you. This made everybody's week last week, except for mine, because I don't care about wrestling at all. I know Brian's shaking his head at me now, but that's just the way it is. I've sent this out to you guys, and I was really, really hoping that you all wouldn't spaz out. But there is the possibility, this came out this week, or last week actually, that Shazam synopsis reveals that John Cena is eyed for the lead
Oh,
role.
you can't eye John Cena.
No,
you
you
can't see him. Mm-mm.
See, John,
I
see
don't-
what you're missing.
It would make more sense. if
Little
he was-
known fact: Aaron's youngest kid is like a huge John Cena fan.
That's right. Is
that right, Aaron?
He's never seen a second of wrestling, but he loves John Cena.
He's never seen him.
Anyway, the DC Extended Universe is in good shape. It says here, following the success of Wonder Woman. And if the
Following the
that's
success
an understatement.
of one movie out of 6.
man, Carla was mad at me last week because she was like, Wonder Woman came out on streaming. Are you going to buy it? I was like, no. Why not? That's the only movie that I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to buy it. I mean, I liked it. It was good when I went to see it, but it's not something I really want to watch over and over and over and over again. It was Captain America with an attractive lady in it. So, that's just kind of the
Are
way
you
that
saying
worked.
that Chris Evans isn't attractive?
Oh, he's probably dreamy, but he's
I will
not.
fight
He's
you.
Chris Evans is just not my type. I'm just don't.
You're more in the brunettes.
Yeah, definitely. But
He's a
He's a Tony
man.
Stark guy.
yeah, I definitely am. I always have been. Me and Charlie used to talk about how Iron Man. They needed an Iron Man movie.
Hell is so dreamy.
Never knew it was going to be Robert Downey Jr. But
Robert Downey Jr.
Wow.
y'all done?
No.
Can we get done with this?
They're having a moment, John.
But back to John Cena as
Shazam.
Yeah, let me go on and read some more of this.
Here's the thing: The Rock was already cast as Black Adam years ago.
The bad
So
guy.
They could do their
That's
own
gonna-
stunts.
Oh, it's gonna be so awesome.
They'll be totally be pulling off rock.
Oh my
rock
gosh! So
bottoms
we're gonna have a
and
Shazam movie that is gonna be John Cena versus The Rock?
I hate to be the downer, but I think The Rock has dropped out of the project.
Oh, Aaron.
Aaron,
I'm
man.
sorry.
He's all about Jumanji now.
Oh,
Anyways, the hashtag show is reporting that John Cena is tentatively the front runner for the role of Shazam. However, the role is ultimately going to be played by two actors. One actor will portray the young Billy Batson.
You don't know this. You don't know how
Batson?
Shazam works, then, do you, Brian?
Yeah, Brian doesn't understand Shazam.
There's a little guy,
and
that
he yells,
turns into a big.
and
guy.
he
I
yells,
just thought they were going to shrink John
Shazam.
Cena down and then put inflate
Like they
him
did,
down.
like they did Chris
Marvel,
Evans.
They would do that.
No, but this is
Have
like
him-
actual,
let's
like-
talk about Chris Evans some more.
This is like the actual. It's like an actual little kid that
Yeah, it
like
doesn't
can
look-
yell
it-
Shazam and then.
And then it's Gomer Pyle.
I'm just going off my DC Universe video game where Shazam's already full grown and he just blows lightning bolts out everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
So, yeah, that's
sorry.
that's not this.
Oh,
That's
dang.
not this.
I'm not quite as excited now.
It says whom
I got that.
Batson transforms into when uttering the movie title Shazam. Said that
Shazam.
Speaking of that, the report also contains the first.
Shazam.
The report also contains the first working synopsis for Shazam, but they do not note that it isn't set in stone. And then it goes on to give us the synopsis there, which is not the main part of our story this evening. The main part of it is that John Cena is the possibility of playing the part. And I don't have I've never seen a movie that John Cena's in that I liked. Only thing I remember is that one that was on Nickelodeon a while back with that kid,
Fred.
Fred.
Yeah, he played Fred's imaginary dad.
I just ever since I saw John Cena at Hester's gym that one day and made fun of him, I've just had that connection with him.
I'm sure he
Did he
remembers
call
that.
you and
doesn't
tell
he?
you to talk about it on the podcast?
No.
Are you going to get the wedding invite to him and Nikki's wedding?
Yeah. We're
You're on the VIP list?
I'm going to the rehearsal dinner.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
So,
Maybe you can get a napkin autograph for me or something.
Ooh.
so does anybody in the room here even have any concern or care whoever plays the part? Let's go see a Shazam movie.
Zero.
Oh, I love Shazam. Regardless of who's in it, I'll be excited to see it.
Shazam.
The only thing is that, yes, I'm sure John Cena can be a serious actor, but if they decide to make a comedy film, which they could, I mean, they still got to kind of ride the coattails of Deadpool. They've got to put out their comedy film.
But it's DC, man.
It would be, he would do a great job in
See-
comedy. He does a good job in comedy films, so I think that he would do well.
But the thing about it
There's
is,
that one about the Tour de France where he plays the drug.
Oh my gosh!
Drag race or whatever
I
it's called.
watched that the other day.
Is it good? It looks hilarious.
It's insane.
Yeah.
His part is pretty great.
the thing that's just killing me though is as a Batman fan that I am,
Ben
and
Affleck.
Back to Batman.
it's always about Batman when you come to DC Comics. It's the ultimate. I mean, Superman. Batman is the well, you can't even say he's the ultimate everyman because he's like a billionaire, but he's like
Batman's just like me and you.
except
He's got a ton
billions
of money.
dollars.
And he's got his own cave system underneath with every outfit.
And his parents were murdered in front of him, just like you and me. Sorry
No,
for that
no,
one.
that's not what I'm saying.
Somebody needs a hug.
But the thing that's killing me about it is with the DC is that you're getting these Batman in a movie, you get Superman in a movie, and I don't have any desire to go see it. Justice League, I really don't care that much about seeing this movie. I mean, you got Ragnarok coming out, and of course I mean they hit the trailer for that was
That looks
absolutely
great.
awesome. And then right behind it, you have Star Wars: the Last Jedi coming out, which is absolutely that's pretty much all I'm thinking about right now.
Porg.
As far as movies,
Porg.
we got a Porg setting up here on our table today. Tim brought his Porg in. I've been calling it a Prog all week. Nobody knew what I was talking about. School, I was like a bunch of seventh graders. I'm like, hey, has anybody seen those Progs? And they're like, what are you talking about, Mr. Matinee? And I'm like, Progs in Star Wars.
Progs.
And one little boy goes, it's a Prog, man. I was like, what? It's like, oh, whatever. Shut up.
You're just gonna be,
Do your geography.
I already know, John. You're gonna hate the Porg.
I'm going to hate the
Because
Porgs.
they're gonna be just like they're gonna be the Ewoks.
Well-
they are the Ewoks for
We got-
this generation.
We got the Porgs on our list to talk about tonight, so we'll
Okay,
come back to the
okay,
Porg.
okay.
But the Justice League have no desire to see it, so I just think, in my personal opinion, I think it's just time for DC to hang it up. They made Wonder Woman. They made like $10 billion off that movie, except in like Lebanon or somewhere like that wouldn't show it. Well, I mean,
Isn't that where
yeah,
she's from?
somewhere. No, she's from Israel. She's
Okay.
Israeli.
That's why they wouldn't show it.
Palestine.
Yeah,
Because they're fire.
I looked up her bio. I had to look it up. I had to look it up.
You looked her bio up.
Yeah, I had to. I was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I can look it up.
Yeah.
And
Bio.
yeah, no. Brian's like going off his.
No, it was Tim. Sorry.
Yeah, 3 of them were married. We're like, no, this is just the bow.
Oh.
But anyway,
I'll give you a hug afterwards.
anyway, they made that movie. Give it up. No more movies. No more Shazam movies. No Aquaman movie. No. Okay,
But you're going to love Aquaman.
You're gonna love Aquaman. I guarantee it.
I'm about to go on a rant.
Please do.
About
I thought
to
you'd been
go
ranting.
on a rant.
Right.
No, that's
I mean,
not
isn't
a John
your life
rant.
just
Oh.
a rant?
I mean, you're talking about DC hanging it up. I thought that was the rant.
No, they
No.
need to. They need to. Aaron, what do you think? Is it time? Is it just DC hang it up time? Do they just need to hang it up and just go back to making those animated movies they put on Amazon and stuff?
I think a Shazam movie could work, but if they make it grim and gritty, it'll be awful. It should
Right.
be kind of like the latest Spider-Man movie where it's a kid trying to be a hero and he doesn't quite know what he's doing.
Yeah, but they. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's your Shazam movie. That's how you would make that work.
But don't-
But if he's all grim and gritty and ripping people's heads off and stuff,
But don't you
It's gonna be
think?
awful.
Don't you think that they need somebody who is a more qualified actor than John Cena if they're going to do the movie to play the
John
part?
Cena.
No, because John Cena's going to come out there and throw the towel out in the middle of the movie, go hustle, loyalty, respect. That's what Shazam's built on. You
Yeah.
can't see me.
He's gonna give
Boom,
somebody the
boom,
five knuckle shuffle.
right through a table, and I'm going to be like, "This is the greatest movie ever."
This is a serious movie podcast, guys. I'm just saying.
Since when?
Yeah, well, I
Since-
missed that. Did we wait back?
since
I'm
right
gone
now.
2 weeks
Since-
and you guys change everything around here.
Last week we did the top 5 weird comedies we like. So
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. My bad.
Well, we did 4.
Like Shazam.
We did a list of 5, but we only did 4.
We did 4.
You know,
Aaron was like, I got
We
5.
can't count.
I'm still for DC movies, just for the fact I just want to see how much worse they can get.
So you're just into them for the train wreck.
I am.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
for the train wreck.
I'm throwing down the gauntlet now. We should go see Justice League together.
Yeah, I'll go
just
see
for
it.
the Mystery Science
go
Theater.
see Inhumans together.
Oh,
No.
And the whole air in the podcast just
Yeah, no. Aaron has a tendency of doing that.
Aaron read a great review about Inhumans. I guess later when you want to talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it later. Just to answer John's question earlier about John Cena's acting abilities, to keep my friendship with Brian, I will not answer that question.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Love you
Aaron's,
too.
Aaron's taking over the podcast. You hear that? He's like, yeah, later on when we talk about
Aaron's
it.
the
Well,
director.
This is Aaron's podcast now.
This is 5 Live.
well, you did get the email the other day from Aaron telling us that he was giving us homework,
I did.
right?
I did. I was already worried. I was like, I'm going to miss this
You
assignment.
guys are going to go on Netflix and you're going to type in this anime to watch about a nuclear bomb going off in Japan.
The
and
guy-
it's about these people.
The guy who is 475 miles away
further
and has
than
to,
that, man.
and is on the phone
Is running this
telling us
Like 1,200.
what the,
miles.
is it 1,200 miles? I don't know how long
crazy
it's in
like
Dallas.
that.
When you're a boss, you can do that.
When you're a boss, yeah. When you're Aaron, you can do it.
Aaron.
And we listened to him too because I was like, okay, yeah, I'll watch it.
Okay. I'll watch this stupid anime.
Sure. Well, Aaron told me to do it. So, hey, kids, do some homework. Do some independent study. I got to go watch this Netflix movie. Some news also coming out of the Star Wars universe here. Mark Hamill, who is, of course, if you don't know, plays Luke Skywalker in a Star
Anybody
Wars.
listening to this knows who Mark Hamill.
Well, we got to make sure.
Isn't he also known as Moses? Isn't that what you
Yes,
said the
and
other day?
on Facebook, I did take a picture of that. That's one of the worst Star Wars action figures I've ever seen. That's the reason I took a picture of it.
Really?
Sent it up. Yeah. It was right up there with
I mean,
Walrus
we
Man.
have Jesus, Moses.
Hey,
and
let's
who else?
talk
Hey,
bad
man.
about Walrus.
Who else do we have now? Who's Anakin?
Anakin's young Jesus.
Young
before he
Jesus.
grew
Young
his beard.
Jesus. The temple
that's-
years.
I can't. That's just.
The
I don't even
temple
talk about it.
years.
Don't get me
Years.
on that subject. I tell you, don't get me on it. I'm just. Oh.
Young Anakin was when he threw over the change table in the
Yeah.
temple and whipped them with their own whips.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's like,
I thought
can't take this
Anakin was Judas.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think he was in
Yeah,
the on the meme.
he
I think he was.
was.
But Mark Hamill came out with some incredibly awesome news that would have really made episode 8 even better than what it could possibly be. Are you ready for this? Mark Hamill, this comes from MovieWeb, says that Mark Hamill has revealed that he wanted to play Luke Skywalker's evil twin in episode 7 here.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
because he's Mark Hamill.
Why?
His name was Leon. Leon Skywalker.
In The Last Jedi.
With my brother Daryl.
It says
My
here,
other
which
brother Daryl.
basically means that if it's a really good thing that he didn't have anything to do with the screenwriting process. One of the other hand, Hamill's evil twin idea could have been the origin of BB-8's evil twin. The First Order's BB-9E. The evil droid was nicknamed BB-H8
Black
on the
one.
set and features a
Evil.
slightly smaller head that is rectangular in his black and gray instead of BB-8's lighter color scheme. The evil twin idea, though terrible, isn't far-fetched. Timothy Zahn's 1993 Star Wars novel The Last Command features a clone of
here
Luke
we go with
Skywalker.
About the
book.
novels.
I didn't write this.
Have you read it?
His have
you
I
read
have I read that one?
Have you read that one?
No, I haven't read. Well, maybe I did.
Well,
Yeah, that's the last part of the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, okay,
You
I did read that then. Yeah, I did read it. See, Aaron even knows. Aaron told me.
Aaron's told me about this evil clone
Aaron
of
Aaron
Luke
told me I
Skywalker
read it,
before.
so I did.
He has spoken into existence, and it has happened.
Yeah, Aaron told me I read it, so I
You're
did.
gonna love
John,
it.
read your script. Read your script.
My bad, Aaron. I lost it here. I got to pick
Typed
it up.
this out for an hour last night. Feverishly.
But anyways, yes, in the Timothy Zahn book, he was named Luke, Luuke Skywalker.
Are you serious?
And Luke Skywalker was a genetic clone of the Jedi Knights. Luke Skywalker, gone from the cells extracted from Skywalker's hand he lost in the battle with Darth Vader.
oh my god.
So,
Isn't that the plot of Superman 4?
kind of, I guess. I don't remember it. I
The
was
quest for peace.
It was his hair.
Yes,
Remember
it
the
was
hair was holding up the
giant,
thing or something.
massive ball.
so. Are we
concrete.
are we all in agreement here that we're thankful that Mark Hamill didn't have anything to do with the?
Oh yeah, like I
with
love
the
Mark Hamill
screenwriting.
to death, but I think he's probably the worst creative idea wise.
Only if the evil twin would have been in the Joker voice, then that would have made
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That would have been
That's
great.
Crazy wacky Jedi.
That would have been incredibly
Then I would have been down for it, but otherwise,
dumb. It says goes on to say
They did make Jar Jar Binks, John. So I mean,
Oh, Jar
no,
Jar.
we're gonna no, we can no. You cannot say the name yet. We're talking about him later when we talk about the Progs,
Porg.
whatever
It's
he's
the
called.
Porg.
you're gonna be in the theater going,
Every
"Look at
time
these
you say
frogs!"
Porg,
Everybody's
I
gonna be
think
like,
resistance is futile.
I don't
Every
even-
time you say Porg.
I don't even
I've got
care
a
at this
picture
point.
of a Porg with a board stuff on.
Don't care. I just don't like them.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Why do you already hate him?
In the latest issue of Empire, Hamill brought up that he pitched the evil clone idea to Lucasfilm, and they were not.
They just
They were not
All right,
impressed.
thanks, Mark. We'll see you on Monday.
And he even had an idea where to take the story in The Last Jedi. He had this to say, and I quote, "Oh, baby, I would love to play my own evil twin." That's his quote. It would be great because you could maybe not reveal it's like evil Luke until the real Luke Skywalker showed up. I think the eye patch would have probably set it off early on.
actual hand, not robot hand, would have gave it away.
We could watch this guy undermining the good guys secretly, maybe even killing a supporting character out of everyone's sight. So they'll go, "What's going on? He's crazy."
See,
And then, of course, the good Luke shows up.
I've known that Mark Hamill's decision makings are wrong ever since Corvette Summer or whatever that was.
I
Thank-
think that sounds.
Thank
like
God for
he's-
Kathleen Kennedy.
It sounds like though he was trying to pull somebody's leg. I don't. Think
No,
that's-
I think that's how he really genuinely.
But
is.
here's the scary thing about it for me is if George Lucas was still in charge, he would have
George
probably been like,
Lucas would have been all over it.
he'd have been like,
I think it's a really good idea.
Sure.
When
Sure,
I wrote it
Mark.
originally, I had that in mind.
"Sure, Mark. Sure, Mark."
Let's do it, Mark. Let's
Hey,
bring
Mark,
Jar
when you
Jar.
go into the meeting, just mention the clone of yourself.
What
Be sure to put that
now?
in
If they're
there.
going to do it right, though, George Lucas had had him like two heads. It would just been Mark Hamill with two heads. It like
scene
it grown
in
out.
Army of
No,
Darkness.
it would have been like that. It would have been like a line down his face. And when he turned left, he was Luke. And when he turned right, he was Luke. But you don't know it's him with two faces.
We should help the
until-
Jedi.
No, we shouldn't.
Aaron,
It's like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
Master.
How, of course, Joe, I couldn't do a Smeagol impersonation. Here, let me show it for you.
Master wanna have two of himself in movie. Master.
I hate you.
Now, when I listen back to that, it doesn't sound nothing.
It sounds just like it. Shut up.
I've never even
Oh.
seen the movies, but I do a perfect impression of it. That's how.
This
I'm
goes.
not a big Lord of the Rings fan.
I'm not.
I've only spent 33 hours learning how to master this voice.
I didn't know.
he
I was
doesn't
like,
have
no,
to.
it
just came out
It just
now,
comes
I mean.
out natural.
the full cast. You probably never mind. Go ahead.
No, I don't do the full cast. I can't do like human voices. I just do those.
I can do Gimli.
We could, oh my gosh, we could very. It says we could go on and very well end up seeing a dark side of Luke
I am
Skywalker
not
this time around.
done. I'm not talking about evil Luke Skywalker. Done.
We're done.
No,
So
no,
mad
no,
at
let me
Smeagol.
just finish the paragraph.
Let him finish the
His
paragraph.
cryptic line in the trailer
throw
is
a
certainly
porg.
a debut debate.
Touch that Porg.
I can only know one truth. It's time for the Jedi to end, and it kind of goes on from there. Aaron, what do you think? Do you think that would be a good plot twist to have the evil Luke show up wearing all white and eye patch and like a fedora, like a Cuban cigar maker?
I was super disappointed in episode 7 when Luke only showed up for 5 seconds. So the more Mark Hamill, the better. That's what I say.
I don't know about that.
Let's just make 6 of them.
Yeah, 6 Luke Skywalkers.
They take him
Yeah.
and they split every one of his personalities into 6 of them.
It's like Horcruxes.
One's
Jedi.
one's an angry one, one's a sad one, one's a happy one.
I could go for that.
It's a Teen Titans.
We
plot.
should have done that. We should have pitched that. It was like, okay, we want multiplicity in Star Wars. Just the whole thing.
The third one or the fourth one's just like an idiot.
Where he keeps like shooting himself in the face with his lightsaber.
Don't
or
touch
something.
my lightsaber, Steve.
We're about to lose control.
It's on the
We never
rails,
had
John.
control.
It's on the
Well,
rails.
see, Brian, this is what the last 2 weeks looked like when you weren't here.
No.
But since Brian is the one person in the
No,
room
Brian's
that
brought it
doesn't
all together.
listen to the show, he's busy putting out
Brian
fires.
was
I'm
talking
trying to
about-
keep a company.
John was
running.
talking about your
Literally.
red Crocs.
No,
we were-
on this
I did have those. On
Yeah,
the
we were
list.
talking
Rock.
about.
Crocs.
All I said was I was there when Brian bought the Crocs.
You were.
I happened to be there in the room. It was
Croc
a historical
shopping.
moment.
It came out like this, John. So Brian's over there with his red crotch.
It didn't quite come out like that.
That's after the.
Well, it was croc shopping. That sounded like one
Oh,
word.
wow.
Croc shopping.
We were crotch shopping.
Brian's just standing in the middle of the shoe store going,
What do you think of this? Crotch shopping.
You just made one of our viewers very happy. There it is.
I'm here for you, bud.
That's right. Fox's The Orville airs this
Oh.
Sunday night on Fox. Are we going to watch it or not,
No,
guys?
did you hear the article about this?
I saw where it was like a.
They said it's not a comedy.
I didn't.
It's not meant to be
Okay,
a comedy.
well, then this
It's
is another-
meant to be more serious.
I haven't read the article on that, but if that's the case, then this is another example of Fox selling one of their shows.
in the totally incorrect manner.
Yeah,
When you say it's not meant to be a comedy, is it like, oh, it's so wacky and funny, but it's not supposed to be? Or is it literally going to be a serious show? And they
No,
just said,
I think it's going to be like a middle of the road where there's a dash to a comedy, but it's more meant to be in the mold of Star Trek. But Fox is advertising it totally as a comedy.
well, and that's the reason I was going to watch it, because it was a total comedy. I wasn't really interested in the drama part of it. I wanted to see a comedy that was, I don't want to say poking fun at Star Trek, because I'm a Star Trek fan,
Right.
but something that was a little bit lighter and wasn't
Aaron,
going to.
isn't that exactly? I read the article. Did you read that?
Yeah, they said that it needs some more. The script needed a lot of help. It's
Yeah.
like it wasn't ready yet for television.
Right,
But
but McFarlane himself came out and said that his goal is for it not to be a comedy, or received as a comedy.
If they'll let it run its course and allow it to get a viewership, it's going to be all right. I think. I think it looks cool.
Nope.
You don't like it? You don't think it looks?
Well,
I'm
here's
gonna
the
watch
thing.
it. I'm gonna
Here's
see
the thing,
what it looks like.
So Fox presented it as a comedy, and it was not funny. I did not think the previews were funny at all. Now, granted, maybe it's not supposed to be a comedy, and that's why it wasn't funny. But like they were trying to play all the jokes.
Well, see, to me, I was looking at it kind of a way to where it wasn't. I didn't think of it as necessarily being something that's supposed to be slapstick. I was thinking of more of a more tongue in cheek, more of a sarcastic, cynical look
maybe.
at Star Trek and the sci-fi genre as
that
a
is
whole.
Seth's.
Which kind of goes back to the
Sure.
because the robot chicken
Right.
stuff that went on was all that. It was real tongue in cheek and things of that nature. So that's what I was kind of thinking of that he was going to be doing. But apparently, according to him, because I haven't seen it yet,
I don't know. I mean, I might be totally off, but that's what the article said. Granted, they may be totally off, so
I don't know. I hadn't seen it.
I may watch an episode, but I'm worried that the pilot's going to be so bad that it's just going to destroy the show itself.
If people out there haven't listened or watched it yet, one show that you really do need to pick up and watch is on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, is The Tick. I just finished The Tick, and it was actually really good.
Great.
I mean, it was hilarious the way they played it up, and
it is an acquired sense of humor.
I don't think I was
It's
real
always
big.
been.
I don't think I was a real big fan of like me and you had been talking upstairs a little
Right.
bit, and you haven't seen enough. I don't want to spoil it or for anybody, but the kind of, and you see it in the first episode where they kind of make the Arthur guy out to be kind of mentally unstable, which is something you don't see in the other, really in the
other rendition.
yeah, either the cartoon or the show that came out on Fox
Patrick Warburton.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's in those shows, he's more like this guy who's just wanting to be this superhero and just-
reluctantly going along with the tick.
yeah.
Yeah.
And in this one, they make him out to be kind of damaged.
Yes, very
And he
damaged.
kind of, at first, you don't even know if the tick is real or not. But it's a pretty decent show. So if anybody gets an opportunity to check it out, do so. Aaron, you
Don't watch it with your kids.
No, definitely not. It's definitely a mature rated show. Not because of any sexuality or anything like that, but the language is pretty rough. So, Susie's back down. She's getting ready to switch her camera over. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back here in a couple.
Brian kind of looks like Aquaman right now.
Just have that look.
Working
Flip
on
your
it.
hair. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
there it
Just
is.
gained 17 viewers with that.
All right, we're back after our YouTube break.
I'm trying to go for the Lou look, so I'm working on it. I got to keep it going.
We've been
like
videoing
ponytail.
these and putting them on YouTube over the last few weeks, and we appreciate people that are picking us up and watching us there. But the camera we're using is my daughter's Nikon.
29-minute limit.
Yeah, Nikon. What is it, Susie? A D3300, and it's got a really good high definition camera on it, but it only will film.
Was that the Terminator in Genesis, the T3300?
Yeah, I think so. But it'll only film for 29 minutes at a time, and then you have to stop it and restart it, and that's got something to do with, I don't know exactly. It's something to do with European, some type of
It's the
antitrust
metric
laws or
system.
something. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, Star Wars is coming out in December, and I put this out there the other day, and this was the article of what I was wanting to discuss a little bit about Star Wars night. Is we got the Porg.
The Porg!
What is it? The Porg.
Porg.
We got the Porg.
The Pogs, like the cardboard.
I will come at. Did you collect Pogs, by the way?
No, I didn't.
Good, because anybody that did, they should be.
I
on
seem like a person that would have collected Pogs, don't I?
Actually,
Really?
Brian does.
No,
We
never had it.
Didn't you and Aaron though?
Heck no, we didn't collect Pogs.
Aaron, did you have any Pogs?
I thought
I feel like
everybody
we had some,
I thought
but I don't know where
everybody
they
had
came
Pogs.
Didn't I think
It's
one time
probably
they
like a
had them as-
McDonald's
Probably
Happy
somebody
Meal
gave
or
them to your
something.
church. My son didn't want these.
Is
Oh,
there like-
you
Man.
guys like Pogs, don't you?
You're a weirdo kid. Here's the stuff with Iron Man on it.
Speaking of that type of stuff, you guys should have been in 7th grade science yesterday. Kid, sitting
No,
in-
no, we
no,
shouldn't
hang
have.
on,
Not
hang
for
on.
any
Kinda
reason
weird.
whatsoever.
I'm just gonna hang out in Brother John 7th.
not Brother John.
Hey kids, how's it going?
No,
Mr. Mattingly.
no, you ought to loved it because he's sitting there, and all of a sudden, Miss Arnold, our science teacher, asked a
Soto?
question. It had to do something with wrestling. He's like, "Oh, wrestling! I got wrestling," and he opens up his backpack and he pulls out like 6 wrestling figures.
Yeah.
And he's like showing off the moves. And then he comes to my room. I was like, "What do you got wrestling figures?" Oh, you want to see them? I got John this. And
John
this.
Cena.
I was like, "No, dude, I don't."
This is John Cena,
I don't wanna
U.S.
see him.
Patriot. John Cena, Navy
But,
SEAL. John Cena, circus clown.
Three of us here on the
Pennywise.
3 of us here on the podcast are big time pop collectors, and I don't think Aaron is. Aaron collects. What do you collect, Aaron? You got those
Amiibos.
Cheetos.
Amiibos, yeah.
Oh,
Cheetos.
he said Cheetos.
Cheetos.
What?
It's like
I got what looks
I've
like
got one that's shaped like Star Wars.
that's
That one
nasty.
looks like Harambe.
well, we got this Porg sitting here on the desk, and
He
and
looks so sad.
I put out a question on the Facebook page last week, and some people were trying to answer it, and some people were just mean and said bad things about Jar Jar. Well, said things to me about Jar Jar Binks.
Who was that?
What?
I don't know. Somebody was not real mean, like
Is it Charlie?
no, but somebody's like, "Oh yeah, but Jar Jar something." I can't remember what it was now. I thought it was you.
I thought I was very, very nice. I didn't.
It made me sad. But
Hey, I can help you.
the big question is, since we're looking at them here and they're everywhere, or they're starting to be everywhere
I
now,
just want like 20 of them
is
everywhere.
are they going to be instrumental to the moving forward of the Star Wars universe, or is it
They're
just a
Ewoks,
money
man.
grab?
It's a money grab.
I mean, is it going to do something stupid? Like, are they sentient beings, or
Well,
are they just
so
like a pet?
Chewbacca has one as a pet in one of the pop figures. So I think it's going to be like Chewbacca's little pet. Oh, he's
Like
got
a bird
Porg.
flying around on the screen all the time.
Well, that's the big question, is because I hate to see it go, because Jar Jar Binks was like that in the first movie, and I don't want to see. I mean, Force Awakens. I mean, we understand.
I don't think the Porg are going to help overthrow the Empire
or the First Order,
whatever they're called.
Yeah, I was just curious about that. I didn't know.
Unless
well,
like a Porg gets stuck in like the port of the new Death Star.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's gonna like shoot through the wires.
He's gonna fly through and be like sucked right up in there.
that'd be Chewbacca. Lot loses
Chewbacca.
2 friends. 2 friends in 2 movies. He's gonna go back to Kashyyyk. He's like, I just didn't know. I didn't know if maybe the Porg was going to take over and like be the captain of the Millennium Falcon or something like that.
Like it's probably going to be like Finn and Chewbacca go on their own separate mission, and they land on this planet because the Falcons broke down. And while they're out repairing it, the Porgs show up, and Chewbacca falls head over heels for a pet Porg and brings him with them.
Or he saves it from a.
He sits on his shoulder like a pirate or something like that.
I bet you it'll go like this. I bet you it'll be one of these type things to where now Chewbacca has got the whip hand, because remember Han Solo saved Chewbacca's life, and Chewbacca owed him a life debt. So this little bird thing, Chewbacca will save it from a predator, and now it owes Chewbacca a life debt.
Yeah, no, he's not going to be mean to the Porg. You can't be mean to Porg. Look at that thing. Look at that face.
I didn't say Han Solo was really mean, but Chewie
The
had
black
this.
soulless eyes kind of bother me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a fish with feathers. It's just
That's a
it ain't
good
my
description,
thing.
yeah.
I don't know
That
if
is
I
a
like
pretty
it or not.
accurate description.
Aaron, are you porged out?
I'm cool with them. I don't think they're.
You down
I don't
with
think
the
they're gonna be
Porg?
like.
You know me, OPP. I'm down with the
Aaron,
POG.
Got a big gold medallion Porg you wear.
I don't think they're gonna be like Jar Jar Binks. They're gonna be. They're gonna be more like Baby Groot.
Baby.
Oh,
Oh, that's
tall order
a
there.
good one.
So like they're going to be bringing.
They're jumping on the Baby Groot bandwagon.
So they're going to be bringing like Snoke's finger. And, like,
they're going to bring Chewbacca's
No, the
underwear.
big red fin.
Fridge with random toes in it.
I don't want to talk about Chewbacca's underwear, because a few months ago we had that talk about who would make the worst. Remember we
Roommate.
talked about the worst roommate, and I said
I said he's going to
Chewbacca.
bring Chewbacca's underwear like Baby Groot did with Yondu's.
Yeah, in my underwear. I don't know, Aaron. We didn't get back to you on this, did it? So you have the most reasonable answers, it seems, in the room. So are they just money grab, or are they going to be something that really pushes it forward?
I think they're gonna be like the comedy relief of the movie. They're gonna be cutesy. They'll sell these, but they're not gonna ruin the movies. Like they're not gonna be annoying like Jar Jar was.
I don't know. They look pretty annoying.
You take that.
And like I told you on Facebook, I'm more worried about
So was you.
BB-8.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Now,
evil BB-8.
see, now that's something that I don't even know if I want to say it on here, because
BB-9E.
because Tim or somebody's gonna make it dirty when I say it. It just always comes out dirty.
Gonna be
But-
a squirter.
Oh no,
I've never made anything dirty in my life.
I don't.
Does baby hate that I have wet squirters?
I don't know if I'm really up for the idea of them having a ball battle. Just they got the good BB-8 and the bad BB-8, and you got this ball battle going on. I don't know. I see it coming. I can see it coming. You got to have. It'll be like BB-8 is on the space station and he's rolling around.
Wait for
and
it.
He's like,
Wait for it.
Can't. It's too
and then
dirty.
they'll cut away, and the other direction, here comes the other one. He's like, and they run into each other. It's like, boom, and then all of a sudden you have this ball battle going on where they're like shooting lasers at each other, and they're spinning around in a circle.
Way to clean that up.
And no, I don't know. If they do that, I don't know. I have to get them to leave Secret Cinemas if they have a ball battle. Just can't watch a ball battle. Just ain't gonna do it. So
So many jokes.
Nope, not
so
touching
many jokes.
Not touching it.
Nope. Oh, no, don't touch it.
I could ask Aaron, are you looking forward to a big ball battle?
Out of
See?
respect
Right there,
for
it crossed the
Brian,
line.
I don't want to lose my friendship with Brian. I choose not to answer again.
See, it's gone too far.
Oh man.
Just like that.
It just come falling off the shelf here tonight.
I mean, it's not even like we get close to the line. I mean, it just drops, boom, right off the line.
Well, it's like it's the first week you've been back, so it's been this
Goodness.
is going to be one of them weeks
Goodness.
where we have really good intentions, but then it kind of kind of loses it there. Oh, I can't catch my breath now. But now it's time for Brian's back. It is time for the Wrestling Minute with Brian Pate.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Welcome back, Brian.
Thank you. I'm glad to be
Happy
back.
baby showering tonight too.
Well, thank you.
Happy baby showering.
Well,
We
thank you.
had a
T-minus 6 weeks.
we had a podcast baby shower for Brian this evening, and we didn't get him anything. We got the baby. We got his boy. He's got his boy coming, and we got him a bunch of bear stuff. He's got a bunch of bears on. He's gonna be the new mascot.
Nice.
He'll come down here and sit on the couch with us and
it's
be
propping
part
up
of it.
right
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Someday take it over.
I mean, I feel like after tonight's podcast, I need to name him John Cena and Nathaniel Pate.
So Brian, what do you got tonight for us as far as Wrestling Minute?
Right now, big surprise with Shinsuke beating Randy Orton the other night to keep the feud with Jinder Mahal going. Great promo cut. Speaking of the man, John Cena, with Roman Reigns the other night, really laid into him. It was great. And then right now, I'm really impressed with The Miz so far. He's really riding this. He's got to be up over 100 days, I'd say. Tim probably knows, but
he's like third on the list now of
for the Intercontinental title. Yeah.
He's creeping up on the honky tonk man.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't, So, but other than that, I think it's of course the big news was Mr. McMahon comes back Tuesday for SmackDown Live. So
Ooh, Vince.
yeah, can't wait to see him.
Nice.
Hope he fires Kevin Owens, but that's
Hope he walks in with that walk.
oh, he's got to hit the walk. Of course, then again, he is like what, Charlie, 72, 71?
That sounds about right, yeah.
71, 72.
Yeah.
So it might be an artificial hit by now. I don't know. So but that's the Wrestling Minute for this week on the Five Live Bears.
John, we got.
Well,
He's like, I needed 20 more
there we
seconds,
go.
Brian.
That's right. I was like. We have in the last few days, I don't know, we'll decide tonight whether or not it's a good idea or not. But we have, the last couple of weeks, we decided to put Aaron in charge of our lists. And since he's 1,200 miles away, we didn't think, what harm could he do? And so now he's doing our list this evening.
I get more texts from Aaron than I do my own family.
Oh, my goodness. All day at school, it's like, put it. The kids are like, "Is that your wife?" I'm like, basically,
yes,
yeah.
it is. Yes, it is.
Basically, yes, it is.
The thing is, I wake up every day to like 12 text messages because you guys all work day shift, and of course I sleep while you guys are at work. So it's like, man, somebody really wants to talk. No, just podcast stuff.
It's yeah.
It's just Aaron.
I keep telling him it's my boss. It's the boss podcast. He runs the podcast. Aaron, tonight we are glad to have you doing this because last week, and Brian didn't hear it because he doesn't listen to the podcast.
Wow, you seem better.
Well, you wouldn't have heard it anyways because we subbed it out.
Yeah, we snubbed it out. We did this incredibly horrible list about Jedi. I mean, about Jedi are actually bad.
Okay, let me just explain it to Brian real quick because I can narrow it down. So it's a ranker list, and
Okay.
we love ranker lists.
Right.
They are good usually. And John read like the first 4, and they were good. That's it. There was only 4. It was a list of 14, and they
then
repeated
just
themselves.
reworded themselves, and then like the last 2 were just basically exactly the first 2 over.
Yeah,
They were like,
they had just
what?
copied and pasted. But of course, I didn't do my due diligence when I got home. I said, "Oh, this is a good list," because Ranker usually puts out pretty decent stuff.
They're
Honestly, I don't blame you for not
Yeah.
reading the whole thing because it's ranker. We've never had a problem.
Never
before.
had a problem. And back before Tim and Aaron started this, and we were trying to really fill time to talk about things, we would do like 5 Ranker lists a week sometimes, like 2 or 3 at least. Well, anyways, so we got done with it last week, and we listened to it at the end, and I'm like, go ahead.
No, I just go ahead. I was going to say we need to have a name for Aaron's list.
Yeah, but I'm the perennial professional that I am and all this
The
stuff.
what?
So the perennial professional.
Wow.
That's
I was like,
alliteration.
that's a
$5
$3 word right there.
That was on one of our matching lists this week, perennial. So that's the only reason I know it.
I bowed down on that one.
But anyways, I was like, we can't put that out. There's no way I'm putting that out. That was just horrible. So we
Well, after it was over, John was like, "We got to redo this. We got to do something else."
Terrible. Like knocked all the pops down off the wall. It was crazy.
Did you slam the board again
Well,
aggressively?
and then we even had to have Susie come down and restart a video. We re-recorded everything. It took like 20 minutes to do it. And then after that, Aaron was like, "I think I'll do the lists from now on." And I was like, "Go for it, man.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what you
here
want to
go.
do.
Aaron's
go for
first
it."
list. You
So
ready for
Aaron
this?
Allen Ball, hang on. I don't have any music for you. I got drums though. Hang on. This thing is why is that thing acting so weird tonight? Well, never mind. I don't. There we go. There it is. Aaron's
What
list.
was that?
It was drums. Hang
Somebody
on.
just got
Just keep going.
executed. I think.
It's acting like a moron tonight. Hold on.
It's a.
There we go. Aaron's list
I think somebody just fired off a machine gun.
of the night.
We are off Dixie Highway.
Aaron, what do you got for us this evening? What is your first official list?
Hey, Aaron, you're reading them.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me put the phone on speaker because I thought I sent it to John earlier, so I
Wait.
thought he was going to read it.
Oh,
So-
good grief, Aaron.
No.
Hang on, I got it.
The,
All right, let me
the
fill some
boss is
time
writing
here.
you up. Who's the
Hang on,
boss?
I got it.
You're reading it, John. I guarantee.
Those of you who watch on YouTube, you notice how fast I got my phone out. I almost broke it in half getting it out of my pants pocket because Aaron was like,
Boss.
read
Okay,
it.
well, I could tell you what the list is.
I got
We're
it.
doing the most tragic moments in children's movies or TV shows.
I didn't get that
You didn't
list.
send him that list. You sent him the other one. So you're gonna have to read this, Aaron.
You sent me the other list, dude.
I sent you both of them. No,
you
I
didn't.
feel like I got that text.
I got one yesterday at 8:28 p.m. that's talking about the Muppet Babies.
Don't spoil
Oh.
it for the next one.
Hold on.
Aaron, just go for it, Aaron.
Hang on. Look at man, we are really on top of it tonight.
Just do the one he sent you.
Okay, here
All
we
right,
go.
we're gonna do the other one next week.
Yeah, we'll get the other one next week. Here it is. Yeah, okay. My bad, Aaron. It is okay. I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong. I was reading the wrong one here. I mean, that's my fault. I'll take blame for it.
You were getting ripped after this.
I know.
show by Aaron.
It's over, man. The next YouTube video is going to be like Charlie sitting over here. I'll be
Chewbacca's gonna be in your place.
I'll be gone. Here it is. Aaron put this list together, and it's the most tragic moments in kids' TV shows and movies.
Yes.
And these are the saddest moments that ever took place that traumatized generations in the 1980s and 1990s.
I have one that better be on this list.
And for people who are millennials and a little bit younger than us, the fact is they don't understand what cartoons and kids' television
What
was
they did
like.
to us as children.
I mean, it killed people. People be like on dope and running around in circles and
Yeah.
acting crazy. The G.I. Joe where the guy like sniffs the flowers.
yeah,
and
it was Falcon.
And Lady J took her clothes off and was wearing a slip.
Whoa!
You remember that?
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, it was like, you remember that?
Whoa.
Like Charlie looked up.
Like
it was
actually
like,
took her clothes off.
no, it's like she went into a dressing room and
Whoa.
she's like wearing a slip. And then she got captured and had to go to the Toyland or something and fight or something. I don't know what it was.
Okay. Is that where Duke had the mic?
Is that the one where she got turned into a little kid?
Yeah.
At the end, they turned her back to adult and her clothes didn't fit.
Yeah,
She was all
yeah.
freaking out.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
What?
one. See, Aaron remembers.
I missed some of these.
Aaron
episodes.
remembers.
Aaron remembers everything.
Here it is, the honorable mention, though. This is Aaron's honorable mention of this the G.I. Joe when the Muppet Babies. Hang on.
G.I. Joe Muppet Babies.
Okay, here it is.
Yes.
My bad. I was. He said it in two lists, and that one didn't open.
So you just merged them together.
I was on my way.
Pork
The most
babies.
traumatic Muppet Babies ever. The one where Nanny dies.
In there with him, falls in the middle of the floor. Kermit's like, Nanny, wake up, Nanny. And then
And the animal's like, Nanny.
Rolf's animal instincts take over. He starts chewing on her hand.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So
See, again, there's no
I was
walking
gonna
up
say-
to the line. We just go over it.
I was supposed to say thanks to the viewers who are still watching. This is a train wreck. I understand.
No, it ain't a train wreck. It's no.
Is that why
different.
Skeeter wasn't later on to the Nanny landed on?
Oh,
Wow. Holy cow.
see what I mean? It's just,
Here we go. Here it is. Honorable mention on this is G.I. Joe the movie. Duke's death cop out. In the movie, Duke is stabbed in the heart with a snake spear
Yes.
thrown by Serpentor. He is supposed to die, but Hasbro chickened out due to the freak out over Optimus Prime's death. I don't understand why that was a big freak out. A line was added that Duke was in coma because of what happened when you get stabbed in the heart. 'Cause that's what happens when you get
With
stabbed in the
the
heart.
Serpentor.
Stabbed in the heart with a snake. You
Yeah.
go in a coma.
Serpentor. That's not the right one. That's Gigantor.
No, that's right.
Was it
I
Serpentor?
think they did that with Serpentor.
Oh,
also.
yeah. Spin
So I do remember that. I remember that movie. Me and my cousin sat there and watched it on Thanksgiving Day back in the day.
when it was bloody when he got hit with this.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
he's in a coma.
Is that the same one where Roadblock goes blind and
Cobra
yeah,
Commander turns
he's
into
carrying around. I wasn't.
Cobra la 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 la. Number 15. Daggone, 15 of them,
Holy
man.
cow!
Feed the Kitty from Looney Tunes. Mark Anthony the bulldog is being annoyed by an adorable kitty. It even likes to curl up on his back and take naps. The dog grows to love the cat. When the bulldog thinks the kitten has been baked into cookies,
What?
he loses it and carries the cookie around.
Aaron, what are you talking about?
I remember that.
I do remember that. It was the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It was a big bulldog. It was crazy. That dog was nuts.
It was crazy times back in man. It was
Back in the
nuts.
50s.
Well,
Yeah.
Looney Tunes were genuinely psychotic.
They were.
I mean,
Well, but they weren't. But see, that's the thing when you see them on Facebook and people start talking about them. They're like, I can't believe they had these for kids. Well, they weren't made for kids. They were pre-movie shorts that came out in the 1930s and 1940s, especially the ones about World War II. I mean, some of them are just insane. Number 14, one last time, Garfield His 9 Lives. I'm just reading it as it's written.
Just keep going.
This was an animated special exploring Garfield's 9 lives. They were all pretty silly except for the one. And his 6th life was called Dana's Piano. It was about a little girl named Sarah and her pet kitten. Dana, everybody, she was at practice of the piano, and the cat would lay on the top of the piano. At the end of Dana is an adult, and the cat is too old to get up on the piano, so Dana puts the cat on the piano. I thought it said in the piano. That's right up there. The Muppet Babies, Nanny falling over. Cat on the piano and plays for her one last time and goes to kitty heaven. Don't remember that one, but it sounds
I remember that
horrible.
they went through like Garfield's 9 Lives or something, and he ends
I
up
don't
with
remember
John
that.
Arbuckle.
Stitch,
Garfield was terrible.
number 13 on his list. Stitch finds his family in Lilo and
Yes.
Stitch. Stitch was programmed to... Have you seen this one?
Have I seen the movie Lilo and Stitch? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's a movie. I was thinking of one of them TV shows.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry,
shut up.
one of the greatest scenes in all movie history is where she's praying for a friend, and then it shows the shot of Stitch being all crazy.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It's just like
I like it.
Impersonation out there.
Mahana means
Stop
family.
it. Just stop it.
No one gets left behind
oh, forgot that.
Yeah.
or forgotten.
The whole movie has been rejected by everyone. He sees himself as an ugly duckling. Then in the final scene, we see he has been added to the family picture, having found his family. Yes, I like Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch. Look, Susie's over there on the floor crying. That's a great movie.
It's good.
Aaron's
Oh,
gonna be
Goodbye
like,
Snoopy.
Oh,
When Snoopy finds out his previous owner is sick, he leaves to go live with her. What follows is a very sad going away party where the Peanuts gang says their goodbyes. Everyone is bawling their eyes out. I didn't care. I wasn't a big Peanuts guy, except for
don't you talk about Snoopy with Aaron. He will.
Aaron.
Aaron will drive
you.
1,200 miles tonight and slice you.
cut
in your
you.
sleep.
I'll wake up like 4 o'clock in the morning. Aaron will be standing there like, ow. Go back. Number 11, looky, I've got Hooky
Oh
What?
no!
on the movie Hook.
Rufio.
Rufio
Oh.
dies.
Oh my god!
That was so sad.
Hit
I
you
was
right in the gut.
I was like
That's where he
10
was
when that
stabbed.
movie came out, and I was just like, I loved Rufio. Rufio was awesome.
Ah.
Rufio was the greatest of the Lost Boys. He led the children when the deadbeat Peter Pan abandoned them.
That's one
But
way to
alas, now this is an original list by Aaron, so if you got any problems, email him.
He was a deadbeat.
But alas, he was no match for the tenacious Captain Hook, which was actually a pretty good Captain Hook
It
in that movie.
was. Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman played a really good
Absolutely
one.
hate that movie.
You are a
Hook?
terrible person.
I know.
That movie's
The
great.
two,
Like,
the
I
two
know.
movies that were directly marketed towards me as a child, I absolutely hated that and Drop Dead Fred. God, I hate that movie.
Drop Dead Fred was not a kids movie, was it?
It
Really?
had Princess Leia in it. Yes, it was marketed toward children.
Really?
God, it
Aaron, was Drop
terrible.
Dead Fred a kids movie?
No, definitely
It was
not.
PG or PG-13. It wasn't.
Well, back then you could just do anything.
Oh, here's one for you, Tim. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The Ewoks get blasted.
Yes, it's on here. Hey, get up, little buddy. Hey, get up, little buddy. The dead Ewok from Return of the Jedi.
Man, that one
Once-
still gets me.
Once called Corpsey by fans. Nanta the Ewok was shot and killed by an ATST.
And then the other Ewok's like,
I'm gonna say it real. I'm saying it real sad here, but you go. It just kind of takes the sad away.
That's how that
We
Ewok
know you
sounded.
don't care about Ewoks,
Ramba,
John.
Ramba the Ewok tried to wake him, but Nana was dead. Ramba. This sounds like the little golden book. Aaron wrote this like a little golden book. Like, did you see the pictures?
That's what Aaron does, actually. He writes golden books.
Ramba let out a great cry of sorrow to let the ancient Ewok spirits know a warrior was coming home.
What
Dude,
the
that is
heck?
so golden. Little golden
Good job,
books.
Aaron. That was good.
Well
Yeah.
done. Well done.
A buddy named Corpsey. That's what we name it. Yeah, I remember that in the movie. That was really sad when I was like
No,
9.
you shut your mouth. It's still sad.
It's not sad.
If you don't get
Ewoks-
sad seeing a dead Ewok, You have no soul. If a Porg dies in The Last Jedi and you don't get upset,
I hope the entire Porg
Shut
civilization
your
bursts
dirty
into flames
mouth.
and then Snoke walks all across them.
I hope the Porg ruined the movie for you now. I hope there's just Porg in every single scene.
Just it's like the bouncing Porg across the
He's
bottom.
in the corner of the scene, walking in the background.
Where are you going, Charlotte? Charlotte's Web. Now, Charlotte's Web was traumatic. That was one of the most
It
traumatic
was.
things ever.
Spider dies.
Wilbur the pig has been spared, but Charlotte's time is at an end. Number 8, the horse. Oh, Susie, this one's for you. This one's for you. The horse that lost the will to live.
Oh my
A-Trax
gosh!
in the never-ending
This
story.
is the number one most traumatic thing for my childhood.
Susie, do you want to tell them what we said when it happened? Remember, we're like, stupid horse.
No, no. When he's trying to get that horse out of the mud, and he is giving
What
up his
a
will to live.
Dumb horse.
No, it's so sad.
A dumb horse.
That horse sinks into the mud and dies.
The whole movie is stupid.
Yeah.
I hate that movie.
I have to
too.
agree with Charlie on this
Wow.
one.
Oh my gosh, I love
The
the
never-ending
never-ending
story.
I hate the
Never-ending
soundtrack.
story.
The only good thing about the movie is Gerald McCraney's in it.
Gerald McCraney.
Gerald McCraney is, if he had been in it more, it would have been better filmed.
I'm about to go to war with the only other town that's got a Costco's in it. That's from Jericho. That show was good. That's for another day, though.
That was right there. That's one of the most.
I can't even say the guy's name. Aratu.
Atreyu.
Atreyu. Yes.
It's Tim Sandler band.
So
Oh my
they're just screaming. Swamp and Sadness. He goes to the Swamp of Sadness and their guests to stop the nothing. A-Trax, the horse, suddenly loses its will to go on. Shirley Atreyu will be able to pull him out. Oh, wait. He's a dead horse. That's what Aaron wrote.
It's sad.
Everyone dies. Transformers the movie. Hasbro decided to introduce a whole new lineup of toys. I mean, Transformers in the movie, so the old ones had to go. That is the truth, absolute truth about this Transformers movie. What follows is the opening scene of death and destruction, where Autobots die left and right. The biggest shock is when the great Optimus Prime does. I don't think it was a biggest shock because they've been saying it in the commercials for
Well, I
weeks.
mean,
and Optimus Prime
we were younger,
dies.
so we just didn't get commercials. You know, we're just like, oh,
This came out. I think I was
27.
86. No, I'd have gone seen it when I was 26. I loved it. I think it was like 12, 86. Yeah, I think it was when it came out.
would have been 5.
But I really enjoyed it. I mean, I still like it today. I have a copy of it. We can all watch it later. 6, Littlefoot's Mom, The Land Before Time.
Right there.
No, not my thing. Let's see.
Man, you do have no soul.
Jeez.
Number 5,
Gosh.
Out of the Frying Pan, Into the Fire, Toy Story 3. That was traumatic for me at like
wasn't.
like 31.
I got everyone's like, you're gonna cry in Toy Story 3, and I didn't cry.
No, I mean seriously. But me and Susie went to see that,
Intense.
and there was all these little kids around us. And most of the time little kids are like going crazy in a movie theater. There was nobody saying anything. Everybody was just glued to it because we thought them things were going to die. Number 4,
I kind of wanted to.
Reset, the death of Wall-E. Wall-E sacrificed himself to save everyone and is crushed. He quickly rebuilds him, but she's too late. He's brain dead. That's what Aaron said. I didn't say it, okay?
I mean, it's true, though. It's a good description.
It's a good movie.
Life sucks, Inside Out. This
Oh
movie
my
teaches you that
gosh.
This movie teaches you that life sucks,
I've
that
never
it's
seen that.
okay.
You
What
haven't
number? Wait,
seen it?
what
Okay,
number? What number are we on?
Number 2
2.
now.
I know number 1 better be than The Lion King with Mufasa.
No, it isn't.
I don't have children.
No, but-
Going to
but-
see films like that or even
But
running
like
them
I
makes me look
figured,
creepy.
like in your
No.
line of profession, like this would be something because it really explores the human psyche.
Does he do a lot of drugs in life? In Up? I'm
It's
sorry.
a young teenage.
no,
story.
No,
Okay, then no. It has nothing to do with what I work with.
But man, it's about teenage depression, is what it's about.
Yeah, well, we went and saw it, and the way they played sadness just got on my nerves so bad I couldn't even watch the movie. I was just like, oh my gosh, would somebody please just throw her off the cliff with that elephant? I mean, come on. I mean,
dude,
it was just
when
horrible.
Bing Bong died,
That's a teary
if that did
moment
not
right there.
tear you up, John,
Send her to the moon
get
for me.
out of the.
I was already over the movie.
Man.
Now, the only part of it that I really
Spoiler
liked was
alert,
at the very end where they were showing the cat, and it just went nuts. That was the only part.
You don't
I
even
liked.
get the film.
I didn't like it. Number 2, Superman, the Iron Giant. The peaceful robot is being hunted by the military. He would never hurt anyone, but the military sees him as a threat, so they launch a nuke.
Aaron loves the Iron Giant.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Haven't
No,
either.
I have never seen
Feels
the
like it's right up your alley.
No, well, it probably would be, but I don't know.
Harry
I just-
Connick Jr.'s in it.
Vin Diesel is the Iron Giant. Exactly what the Iron Giant sounds like.
I am Groot. The military, he launches a nuke. The robot says goodbye to his human friends, spreads his arms, flies in the air, and says, "I'm Superman," before crashing into the missile in midair, saving the day and blowing up really, really good. I don't think that him running into a nuclear missile would save anybody.
It's a cartoon, John.
I just don't see it happening.
All right, number one.
Here it is. Now this one was horrible, and I've got a story that I'll
wait,
tell
now
you.
you have a soul.
Oh, now you have.
Now
a,
you
now
got a
you've-
soul.
Now
Okay.
you've got a heart.
well, this
Horse drowned in mud, and you don't shed a tear.
And Ewok
I'm not
is-
even going to tell you what the story is because I don't want y'all to feel awkward on the podcast. Up, One Last Adventure.
Oh, come on.
That's what Aaron. Don't look at me, Aaron. I didn't write it.
You're the one that went along with it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I didn't go along with it. I didn't even read
No,
this
you,
list.
you were
before I-
just going. No, this one is really good. I like this one.
No, I didn't. I
Hey,
didn't
hey, Tim, that's one of your better
That's-
impressions.
That's your best impression you've ever done.
That's spot on.
The schmuck impression of me is just incredible. I'm glad you
That's
got that
all
one.
my impersonation.
I'm glad you worked on
Every
that one.
impersonation I give is a schmuck impersonation.
He's like, I have worked this one up. for-
Tim's been working on that since we've known each other for 17 years.
Please.
Wow.
He's been working on that
Wow.
one.
It just got. Woo.
Man, I'm sorry, John.
Man.
Aaron, I'm going to need you to come have an HR meeting.
You hit the.
I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
Anyway.
I want to hear your awkward.
That's called
story.
pushing the buttons.
Oh my gosh, I just
When
lost it. Hang on.
when Carl's wife
No.
Oh man, when Ellie.
Ellie.
I don't even know if I want to go through this anymore. Goodbye, everybody.
Are you that
It's been
sad
great.
about it?
This whole movie is just a punch in the gut. It deals with people who can't have kids, losing your spouse, and growing old all in the first 15 minutes. But hey, it's for kids, right? Yeah, Up was terrible.
At the beginning of Up, it like when they find out she can't have kids and stuff, you're just like,
It was absolutely horrible. Anybody in here got an honorable mention for anything that you saw other than the Different Strokes episodes we were talking about
Easy
on
there.
I'm too depressed to talk about anything right now.
Aaron?
Like I said, I would have said Mufasa's death in Lion King
Mufasa's death? Yeah, I would go with that. I could see that happening.
because it was his own family.
I still go back to Never Ending Story. That's still my most one.
Ever ending story. I don't have
Of course.
one because I'm soulless.
that
and
makes
The
sense.
episode
Yeah.
of Lassie where they had to put Lassie down. That was
Now I do have one. I do have one that
Old
that-
Yeller. Old Yeller's.
Well,
yeah, that's
it-
honestly the one that's heartbreaking.
and I would bawl my eyes out even if watching out is the incredible journey at the very end where the dog
Oh.
falls into the pit, and then the cat,
Snakes eat him.
the cat and Michael J. Fox come running down the hill,
Yeah, Michael J. Fox.
and the boy's like, golly,
I'm sorry.
Aaron just picturing Michael J.
I'm
Fox.
picturing a dog, a cat, Michael J. Fox right now.
my gosh, Aaron, what's wrong with you? Anyway.
It's gone too far.
Anyway, and then the little boy,
Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox.
the Michael Future one,
Okay.
Michael Future, one. The Back to the Future one, and the old dog doesn't come, and the boy's like, I guess he was just too old. I still cry today. I'm like, just crying, and obviously he comes across the hill, and he starts talking. He's like, oh, Peter, I missed you. That just always gets me. That's traumatic for me. That's just so traumatic.
Thanks for listening to the Five Bears
That was bad.
podcast.
Well, we thank you, Aaron, for the
That was a good
See you
list,
later.
Aaron. Thank
Good
you,
list, Aaron. That was a very good
other
list.
than making John mad at me, it was great.
You didn't make me mad.
You again aggressively handled the board there. That's okay.
You turned that knob really.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
You're like, I'll show you Tim Allen, bro.
Yeah.
Not that. Just,
And now for the most sophisticated moment in our evening. Scarf and Barf.
Oh, what
Tonight.
What shall we be having on the menu, Seth?
Tonight
I
on
don't
the
have my
Scarf and Barf
Pepsi here
menu.
to drink it down.
Oh, I don't have anything either.
Tonight
Oh.
on our
Is this
Scarf and
wedding
Barf menu.
music? Is
Yes,
this
it
wedding-
is. It
Nice.
is. It is our wedding music. On our Scarf
Toss
and
me one.
Barf
Toss me one.
menu this evening
I don't like Twinkies in the first
Oh,
place.
whatever.
is and Susie. You can thank Susie for
Aaron,
picking
I'm,
these
I'm
out
mailing it to you right now.
because she's the one that picked these out.
Oh,
These will be awesome.
These are cotton candy flavored.
Candy.
God,
sweet
sweet as
yo.
gold. Have mercy.
These
I don't know if you've been told.
these are
I
cotton
was
candy.
listening to that with Kinsey on the
These
way
are cotton
home.
candy
I
Twixes.
told her it was about candy.
Twixes. You know, when we were talking top 5 podcasts last week, this is probably not on there either.
What are we talking about? This has been a great podcast.
You know.
This
This is a cotton candy filled. Woo! You can smell it too. This is a cotton candy filled Twinkie.
Oh my!
And we're holding them here in front of us now, and we're going to try it. So on the count of 3, 1, and Tim can't wait. 2, 3. Oh, it's like it's full of candle wax. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Charlie, no! Charlie, no!
Don't do it, Charlie.
Oh my gosh! He just ate that whole thing.
Ooh. You know, these things do not taste as good as they used to.
Tom, they never tasted good.
Wait, it's not the filling's not that bad.
Look at this.
It's
It looks like there's a hot dog inside of a Twinkie. Look at this. Look at this.
Twinkie wiener sandwich.
What?
Oh,
It was a top 5 podcast. So Charlie said Twinkie wiener.
It's from UHF with Weird Al.
What would you rather? Oh, it's bitter too. Oh,
It does. The aftertaste does taste like cotton candy.
Yeah.
But it's the
Like-
around.
On a bright note,
it's like the cotton candy you find in the backseat of your car.
Hey, I didn't say it was fresh.
When you, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go around.
Oh my god.
Golly,
Oh, thank you.
no.
I took a baby bite too.
I ate the whole thing. Me and Charlie ate the whole
Summer
thing.
halfway in.
Brian's gonna save some for later. Maybe if he
Would I
puts
have
it,
something to drink? Some
maybe he puts it
coffee,
in the console of his car and leaves it there for a week.
in case of an emergency.
All right, I'm gonna say barf it. That was horrible. That was absolutely the worst.
Barf. I mean, I ate it all, but
Charlie's totally peer pressured into a barf right here.
no. My response is gonna be, well, they're really good, but I mean, it's okay. So
Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, it was.
What do you think, Brian? Barf it.
Oh no, yeah, barf it for sure. I wouldn't buy it.
All right, so we're gonna barf those things. Susie,
Barf it.
barf it. She about gagged and went up the staircase on the video. All right, we're about out of time. Well, we're way over time this evening, but it seems like a couple minutes ago, it's like, oh my gosh, we're not going to get this podcast in like 30 minutes, and now it's like we're totally
It's like 2 hours
over.
later.
Yeah,
Well, Aaron gave you a 36 long
36 piece.
number
list.
36 of the most traumatic part of your childhood.
Having to get up and
Your
change the
Aunt
channel with
Edna.
your own.
All right, here we go. Would you rather this evening? Last thing of the evening: orange, blue, yellow, or green?
Blue.
Blue. Woo, Brian stepping out. He hadn't been here in a while. All right, here we go. Make a comment that goes down in history as one of the stupidest things ever said, or have the national media report scandalous allegations against you that are not true.
Oh,
So would I rather me say something that goes down as the stupidest thing ever said in history, or
Yeah.
scandalous news that's not true? Stupidest thing in history.
I think I have to go with Tim on that. I'd rather have the stupidest thing in history.
I may have actually said the stupidest thing in history, so I'm going to go with that.
Let me just say, saying something stupid publicly now makes you a millionaire.
Exactly.
The Cash Me Outside
How
girl
about that? Yeah.
that's true.
is a millionaire now. Well, I don't think she's a millionaire, but she's like 100,000-aire. Aaron,
She's got a lot of bit.
Yeah, definitely saying something stupid.
Brian.
Yeah, I guess so. That's
Oh, Emperor Papantine.
yeah.
So we went around the horn. So we all would rather say something stupid. We've said a lot of stupid things tonight.
I think it's because I say so many stupid things that like
Same. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
All right.
like Twinkie
Well,
Wiener.
there was some more awkward silence in the podcast.
We're still processing, John.
Yeah,
That
still
is
processing.
that and the candy sugared coma from.
Yeah, I'm about
whatever's
to
left
go
over.
into. I'm about to pull a.
I need a cup of coffee.
I'm about to pull a
bad.
Muppet Babies nanny over here. Fall out. Well, we want to thank everybody for not listening to us
Rest
this
in
evening.
peace, Skeeter.
Yes, we want to thank those that are still listening to
R.I.P.
us.
Skeeter and Paul Walker.
Yes.
Over.
Appreciate SoundCloud staying in business another week. We're
Brett.
glad that they're still there. And pick us up on Facebook, SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, and we're on YouTube.
You pick
Our
up what I'm
YouTube people.
laying down.
We're very thankful for the YouTube people that are watching
We're
us.
thankful for you.
That's right.
Oh my
we are.
God.
And
I'll see you later, players. I'm out of
hoping
here.
to see you later.